So basically, a simple sentence contains 5 parts, and the 5 parts are the subject, the verb, the object, the complements, and the adverbials. Now let me tell you something that is very important here. I said a simple sentence. We have 5 prominent parts: subject, verb, object, complement, and adverb. Are you getting it now? The 2 that are very, very compulsory in any simple sentence that you must always find in any simple sentence: the subject and the verb. Are you getting it now? The objects, the complements, and the adverbials, they are just optional. It is not a necessity you find 3 of them in a sentence at the same time. Sometimes a sentence might have a complement instead of objects. Are you getting it now? But the one that is very germane that you must see in a sentence is the subject and the verb. Are you getting it now? So let me briefly talk about the meaning of them, then we explore the difference between the object and the complement. The subject is just the performer of an action. Are you getting it now? So the verb is the part of a sentence that tells us the type of action performed by the subject. Are you getting it now? So the object is the receiver of that action. The complement gives us more information about a subject. These 4 parts of a sentence, are known as the predicates. That's why in some classification you will see them classifying sentence into 2 major parts: the subject and the predicates. It is the predicates that contain the verb, the object, the complement, and the adverbials. Now, straight to the business of today. Our major business of today is the problem people do have when trying to distinguish between object and complement. Is there any difference? Look at this. If I say, Ade killed a snake, Afis is a gallant, is a smart soldier. Let us analyze this 2 sentence structure. I told you the subject is always the performer of an action. If you look at the sentence we have here, the first sentence, Ade is the subject. How do we know? Ade is the performer of the action. And what is the action? What is the action performed? The action performed by Ade is that Ade killed something. That thing that Ade killed, which was a snake, it happened to be the receiver of an action. Are you getting it now? In short, a subject is something that performs an action. The object is something that receives an action. Are you getting it now? If someone provokes me now and I give that person a slap, I'm the performer of the action. Are you getting it now? The person that was slapped is the receiver of the action. Are you getting it now? It is the verb that always bridges the gap between the performer and the receiver of an action. Is that got to now? So now, when we are talking about object, this snake here is serving as the object. Are you getting it now? In a sentence with the sentence structure here, we have the subject, the verb, and the object. In a simple sentence with SVO structure, we must have the subject performing the action. We must have the verb that is telling us the type of action performed by the subject, and we must have the object that is telling us the nature of the object that received the action performed by the subject. Are you getting it now? Now, look at the second statement. Hafiz is still the subject. Is here is a verb. But are you now telling me that smart soldier is an object? No. Smart soldier is a complement. Why? Smart soldier is only giving us extra information about the subject, which happen to be the performer of the action. I hope you are getting it now. But here, the snake is not telling us extra information about Ade. But smart soldier here is telling us extra information about Hafiz. I hope that is clear now. That is the clear boundary between the object and the complement. In a sentence where there is an object, the object will be the receiver of the action. But in a sentence where there is a complement, the complement will be giving us additional information, more information about the subject. It won't serve as a tool that is receiving any information from the subject. Now let me give you something like a drill to actually see if you are getting, if you have actually understand this thing. The teacher beats the students. The teacher beats the students. The teacher beats the students. What is the subject? What is the subject? What is serving as the subject? Speak louder now. Teacher, good. The teacher is serving as the subject. And this is a noun phrase. Let me tell you something about the subject. The subject can either be a noun, a pronoun, or a noun phrase. I hope that is clear. Beats here is what? Verb. The student here is what?
Object.
Object. Good. Look at this sentence structure. The teacher performed the action. What was the action performed by the teacher? Beats. The student received the action. What was the action received by the students? Beats. Are you getting it now? So, in short, the difference between a verb will tell us the information performed or received. The information performed by the subject or the information received by the object. That is what a verb tells us. Are you getting it now? But if we say Mary is a smart girl, what is the subject here? Mary. What is our verb? Is. Now, this smart girl, is he serving as the object or the complement? Complement. Because smart girl is giving us extra information about whom Mary is. I hope that is clear now. So that is the difference between an object and complement in a sentence. Thank you.